Hello people, this is me, Mr. 619, on my episode 2 of Tombstone TV. Before we get this show started, I would like to say that I hope all of you have watched Brothers of Destruction, which was me and Tommy Fu, who oddly are in a show war right now, combining our shows to make one big, huge show. So take that, Bernie. You're never going to win this show war against us. You may be more known than we are, but you started out just like we did, not known. But we will become known very, very quickly. So now that that's over, let me quickly kick off my show with Raw. At the beginning of Raw, Mr. McMahon decided to give the WWE fans a mini preview of Cyber Sunday. Not wanting John Cena to be flat for the event, Sharon made him a match with an unusual twist. The WWE fans were allowed to vote by text message or on WWE.com to choose Cena's Raw opponent. The ECW champion Big Show, Heavyweight champion King Booker, or Jonathan Coachman. Cena said he did not care who he faced, saying that for once it's not up to me, it's up to the fans. He also had some strong words for Kevin Federline's album, available everywhere now. Who would want to buy that thing though? He said that it's the bomb. We're gonna take it to Iraq. We're gonna drop it over to them. They're gonna listen to it. Then they're gonna kill themselves. That was pretty funny right there. In an overwhelming landslide, 74% of the fans chose Coachman to face Cena. He looked sick to his stomach and tried to run, but Cena stopped him. Luckily, however, the King and Extreme Giant attacked the champ before he could get into the ring. That gave Coach a momentary advantage, but Cena quickly came back. With Big Show and King Booker arguing at ringside, Cena quickly polished off Coachman with STFU to gain the victory by submission. And earlier in the night, on the cutting edge, Mr. McMahon, Eric Bischoff, and Coachman were on the cutting edge. So, you can tell how that went. Vince McMahon wanted to get DX out of victory. Coachman did too, and so did Eric Bischoff. But since Shawn Michaels wasn't there, they put Triple H in a match against Randy Orton with Edge as a special guest referee. And that match went to a no contest, which was kind of cool because at the beginning, he said, "I said, are you ready?" And then he hit Edge upside the head with the microphone, and he said, "I guess he wasn't ready." So, as you can tell, that match was pretty cool, but it was no contest. Another match was finalized for Cyber Sunday and Raw. Lita defeated Maria in a Women's Championship tournament semi-final, earning the right to face Mickie James this Sunday for the vacant gold. The WWE fans will vote on the stipulation for the match, with choices being no disqualification, submission, or Diva Lumberjack. What will it be, and who will walk out the Cincinnati as Trish Stratus' successor? At Cyber Sunday, Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, or Johnny Nitro will challenge Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship. But 6 days before their possible title opportunity, the three men were in action against each other. As Hardy looked on from ringside, Carlito was victorious after nailing Benjamin with a backcracker. Will this victory have an effect on who the fans vote for Cyber Sunday? Who knows? I'll tell you who I vote later when I talk about Cyber Sunday, my final analyzation. It'll be kind of cool. Umaga also prepared for Cyber Sunday, defeating Eugene and Hacksaw Jim Duggan in a handicap match. Last week, Eugene freaked on Duggan after being attacked by the Samoan Bulldozer. Things seemed back to normal this week, but once the bell rang, a seemingly terrified Eugene ran and hid at ringside. Umaga then decimated the abandoned Duggan, hitting him after a Samoan spike. Will any of the three potential opponents be able to stop the undefeated streak of Umaga? Also, 3 men who can be chosen as Ric Flair's partner Cyber Sunday had a chance to speak their minds after Roddy Piper, Sergeant Slaughter, and Dusty Rhodes explained why they should be chosen. Flair gave a warning to the Spirit Squad. Three great ones, it doesn't matter. Spirit Squad at Cyber Sunday plan on getting their green beeps kicked hard. because we are walking out the World Tag Team Champions. And speaking of walking out with things, Crime Time in their usual Raw form of Raw, as well before their match with Viscera and Charlie Haas, Todd Gresham interviewed JTG television monitor from behind Gresham, carrying it with him to the ring. JTG and Shad had a good time in the ring, watching themselves defeat Viscera and Haas on their hot new possession before watching the replays with Jerry Lawler at ringside. Whether they're stealing wallets, television monitors, or victories, Crime Time are two guys you should probably be keeping an eye on, homies. And now let's go to the ECW results. I'm just going to skim you the results like usual. Sabu defeated Kevin Thorne in an extreme qualification match. Big Show and Test defeated RVD and Hardcore Holly because Paul Heyman came out dressed like a gorilla. That was kind of stupid. Great Khali and Navari came to ECW, and Navari defeated the Reject Shannon Moore. And at December to Dismember, so far we have an Extreme Elimination Chamber. Big Show versus RVD versus Sabu versus 3 other people who will be decided in the next few ECWs. So, let's go to Cyber Sunday, my last overlook before tomorrow. Crime Time versus the Highlanders versus Caden Murdoch versus Haas and Viscera. And my pick is a Texas Tornado match. You have 2 other picks, but I don't really care about those. So now let's go to the next match. Mickie James versus Lita. My pick is a no disqualification match. Umaga versus who I picked to be Chris Benoit. The Spirit Squad versus Ric Flair, and my pick, Dusty Rhodes. Jeff Hardy will face my pick he won't actually face him, he might, but my pick is Carlito. DX versus the team rated RKO. My pick is none of them. They all suck. Big Show versus King Booker versus John Cena, and my pick to defend their title is King Booker. So I hope all of you vote for Cyber Sunday. Maybe you don't agree with my opinions, maybe you do. It doesn't really matter to me. It's just my opinion. Oh yeah, and Bernie, I have no idea why you hate John Cena. Everyone loves that guy. He's like the best on Raw. I mean, well, enough of that. Let's go to SmackDown. Bobby Lashley defeated Jamie Noble in a pretty good match. It was just cruiserweight versus heavyweight, so it was okay. The Miz and Crystal defeated Vito and Layla. I can agree with them defeating Vito, but not Layla. Layla was pretty good. Gregory Helms defeated Jimmy Wang Yang, the redneck. I don't like that very much because Jimmy Wang Yang's cool. I'm a redneck. I mean, I come from the country. I live in the country. I mean, I just love being a redneck. Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker. This is my favorite match. Defeated MVP and Ken Kennedy. Paul London and Brian Kendrick defeated the Teacher's Pets, aka Casey James and Idol Stevens. In a they always beat a match. It was pretty good. Now it's time for my news and rumors. Oh yeah, and I'm sorry that my show is kind of being rushed today. It's just that I'm having a very hard time this week, and I have to have my show rushed. But I will try and get longer shows sometimes, okay? The little bastard has been exposed on WWE.com. Just go there and go to Inside the WWE and find some pictures of very disturbing things he has done. Vito is on the cover of a magazine that I will not say the name of at this moment. Lillian Garcia sang for the NFL. But who knows, maybe she'll go to the NFL and leave WWE. It'll be a sad moment, but maybe she will. She can sing for the NFL. That'd be pretty cool. Steve Austin will have a new movie from WWE Films called The Condemned. I heard it'll be a good movie when it comes out. Oh yes, and Maria and Jeff Hardy are found in a nightclub and were interviewed, and they said that they might go to TNA because they are tired of Vince. If you didn't hear me, it's because they are tired of Vince McMahon and they might go to TNA. Maria and Jeff Hardy. Oh yes, and on my show I will no longer have an eating contest. Sorry for that interruption. That was something personal. Well, I'll have a raffle. Just post a comment on my page, and you'll get on my show. I'll read your comment and everything on my show. So just leave comments, and you'll get 15 seconds of fame on my show. Okay. So now, I like to put my superstars of the week as Kane and The Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction, which they made a huge impact. They both raised their hands with their fists clutched at the end of the match. That just got the night way big. And then my superstar of the week, my match of the week, is John Cena versus Jonathan Coachman. It was a pretty good match. Oh yes, and now before I end, I'd like to give you the top 5 wrestlers in the Power 25 this week. For those of you who do not know what the Power 25 is, it's just where they rate the top 25 wrestlers in WWE right now. I will read you the top 5 right now. But post comments on my page if you want to hear the whole 25 or top 10 or something like that. But this week it's just top 5. And if you have WWE mobile alerts, you can get the top 5 sent to your phone automatically. Number 5 is Batista. The animal lived up to his name this week when he took the role of the bodyguard for King Booker. He ended SmackDown with a nice all-out brawl. In a handicap match this week, Umaga defeated Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and his partner Eugene was cowered in fear. Samoan Bulldogs continues his undefeated streak. That Cyber Sunday, anything can happen. Number 3 is King Booker. King Booker wasn't in the ring this week, but he saw plenty of action theater long, sent Batista to protect the world champion. But with chaos all around, how long can King Booker remain on top? Number 2 is the Extreme Giant, The Big Show. He teamed up with Test to defeat Rob Van Dam and Hardcore Holly. The ECW World Champion continues to choke slam his way to the top. The champ remains to the top after John Cena is number 1. The champ remains on the top after making quick work of Jonathan Coachman. There's a lesson to be learned here. An executive assistant is no match for a Marine. So, I would like to end my show by saying, signing off, this is Seth. See you next week.